recommendation to us through this amendment.
Kennedy of the Shores and the noble Lord Bourne of Aberystwyth in supporting the amendment in the name of the Right Reverend Prelate. It's the Most Reverend Primate. It seems to me, my lords, that when you look at the United Nations High Commission on Refugees figures alone, it's the justification for this amendment. Over 110 million people displaced in the world today. We can't tackle that alone, and we can't ignore it either. And so we have a duty to come together with other nations and to take this as seriously as we rightly have taken the climate change crisis. The COP conference is not a bad model to look at in the context of the 110 million people. Why are we not, this great country of ours, taking the lead as we did with people like Eleanor Rathbone and Sir Winston Churchill in the period after the Second World War? Why are we not now taking the lead in convening an international forum to try and drive an agenda to deal with not the pull factors that we hear so much about, but the push factors that send people on these desperate journeys? I was recently in North Africa on the very day that a ship went down off the coast of Greece, killing more than 70 people. Why were they making those desperate journeys? It was mainly to escape destitution and conflict. I this morning spoke to people who are humanitarian workers in Tigray. 1 million people have died there, either through the conflict or the follow-through of the conflict. The hunger, the squalor, the depredation, the driving them into unhygienic refugee camps and centres for displacement where they cannot thrive. A further 1.3 million people have been displaced in Sudan just over the last couple of months as a result of the violence that's taking place there. We have to tackle the root causes that drive people on these terrible journeys. We have to get to the causes, not constantly trying to put poultices on the problem, bandages on the problem. We have to deal with the root causes. And that is why I so passionately believe that we should be driving that agenda. North Africa alone is a good example. If you harnessed the power, as the Moroccan government is doing, of the Sahara to create vast amounts of renewable energy, if you harnessed with using clever Israeli technology the ability to produce desalinated water from the Mediterranean, you could create safe cities, new Carthages, along the coast of North Africa. And you could then provide some hope for people, opportunities for people, security for people, all the things that people need. That will only come through an international strategy, and I believe this country should be leading it and not indulging itself in what can so often feel like dog whistle politics.